Welcome, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started today. My name is David Rosen. I head up our Cloud Application Solutions group. And in the next 15 minutes, we're going to walk through a remote acquisition, cloud production collaboration, delivery final product to network or any customer, and then archive, all without leaving Sony C Media Cloud. But before we do, we'd like to take a quick minute to share a video of Mark Rodanis with Bunim & Murray Productions, speaking a little bit about why they selected Sony's C Media Cloud.
Here's how I look at Sony C. Simply put, it takes post and production and brings them together in a way that makes my life easier. This is a quantum leap forward in workflow for us. I'm Mark Rodanis, Senior Vice President Post-Production, Bunim & Murray Productions. Bunim & Murray does reality TV, all reality, all the time. You could even say we invented the genre. With Sony C, post begins at the camera. Prior to this, you had to wait for weeks for the media to make it from the set to post-production. But with Sony C, post begins the minute you say cut. One of the things that I really like about Sony C is not only what they're doing today, but what they're promising in the future. For example, AI. We do a mountain of interviews, hours and hours each day, and the prospect of having all that transcribed automatically is really appealing to us. Sony has always been known for their incredible hardware, and we've had Sony cameras for years and years and years. But now they're starting to get involved in the software aspect of it, because let's face it, everything is software these days. And I really look forward to the marrying of the hardware and the software to make my life easier.
So C is Sony's professional media collaboration system, and it's offered as a SaaS service. And at its heart, its core strength is enabling teams to work together regardless of where they are, as if they're in the exact same room. And so in this presentation, that's exactly what we're going to do today. So let me quickly introduce you to some of our production crew. On my left, we've got Michael Potts, who is going to be assuming a number of roles on this set. Today, he's going to be our data wrangler. He's going to be a high-powered producer, and he's going to be a very egocentric, as you will find, director. On my right, we've got Mike Bobel. He is our editor extraordinaire. For the purposes of this presentation, he's going to be located in Toronto, whereas Michael, in all of his personalities, will be in New York. And there's one more person associated with this production, Yoshia. She's our executive producer. We never know where she is. She's flying all over the place, but she's the money person behind this production. So she's going to want her voice heard in the feedback loop. So we'll probably see her pop in here somewhere. So to get started, let me give you the setup. We're about halfway through production. Most of the shots are in the can. In fact, poor Mike has already given his producers a couple of rough cuts, but there's still something missing, and our director put their finger on it. Apparently, in all of his wisdom, he has determined that what is going to make this show better than anything else is a cameo appearance of himself. So we're going to get that pickup shot from a remote location. That content's going to be uploaded directly into C, and we're going to see where that takes us. So let's go ahead and understand where we start. Our data wrangler at the very beginning is going to create something called a file request, and that's all you need in order to pair directly with one of our cameras. That camera then, as soon as the camera operator takes their finger off the record button, it's going to automatically transfer that content into the right workspace and the right location, putting it in whatever folder the data wrangler has determined, and then he's going to make sure that the right people are notified as soon as that content comes in. So no more is there a situation where you have to pick up the phone and call somebody and say, hey, the data's going to be there in about 2 hours. Hey, why isn't it there yet? Now you actually get real-time notifications when that content arrives so that the workflow can pick up as soon as it does. All right, so once we've got that file request created, which we've already done, like I mentioned, you pair it with the camera. So a file request code was added to the camera, and that's all that is required in order to make sure the content's going to go to the right location. All right, it looks like our director is getting ready here. Again, he needs to get that pickup shot. We've got a camera located over there next to that LED, or rather that screen there. And we're going to go ahead and get that shot as soon as he's ready. All right, quiet on set.
Lights, camera, action.
Strong shot, strong shot. I see why you wanted that in the edit. All right, so that's as quickly as it happens. As soon as he took his finger off record, it begins transmitting directly into C. So now our producer can go ahead and begin reviewing the dailies that have come in. So it's a big job switching between personalities, but here we go. You'll notice there's a file sort of in the middle of the screen there. It's already processing. Now, this was obviously a very short clip for the purposes of this demonstration, but you'll see it was already transmitted wirelessly into the cloud, and it's going through its ingest process. This is including all sorts of transcoding, metadata extraction, creation of thumbnails, and a number of other things. But at the end of the day, that content becomes instantly available, and our producer and the rest of the team are notified. So as soon as that happens, he can begin reviewing it. He'll curate those dailies that came in, he'll find those selects that he thinks are going to be most useful, and then he's going to make that available to our editor back in Toronto. And all he has to do is copy that content into the folder that the editor is having access to. And when he does that, our editor, who is working between, let's see, I think he's working with Adobe Premiere, and he's also working in Sony C. He can go ahead and refresh his browser back in C, and he'll see that new content arrive. So there it is. That's that fantastic clip of our famous director. And he immediately can go take that, and using the Adobe Premiere panel, without ever leaving Premiere, pull that content directly from the cloud into his local edit session. Once he has that content into his bin, he can go ahead and get to work editing. So hopefully this doesn't take too long. He's one of the best editors in the business, so we'll be able to get this thing moving very quickly. Just in case he's slow and hasn't had his content, we do in fact have a pre-baked version of his edit already uploaded in C, but we do want you to see how quickly this can be done. So as soon as he's done with that edit, he can go ahead and, using the same panel, upload that sequence directly back up into C, and he can specify exactly what format he wants it in. And again, you guessed it, our producer and anybody else who needs it is going to get automatically notified when that content is ready. So here we go. He's uploading his sequence, selecting the output, and we're off to the races. So in this case, nothing really different is going to happen, other it's going to use media encoder on the back end to create that file, and then leveraging that panel will automatically upload it. So rather than wait for that to finish, we'll go ahead and just get started. We should see that pop up here in a second so you guys can see that this is not just a cooking show. So there we go. We see it's already uploading. But let's go ahead and just open one of the others that we have. So the very first thing that our producer is going to do, what do producers have? They've got feedback, and editors love feedback, don't they?
I always love feedback.
Exactly. So in this case, he creates a video review session, and he's going to invite the other members of his team. And he's so fast, he might already have done it. Nope, I caught him. Looks like we're going to go ahead and add his distribution list here. He's got a team of 3. The second he does that, all of those people are notified, hey, our producer wants to do some collaboration. They get an email notification, and they can click on that link, and they'll be in that session. So why don't we show them how that works? You should see, yes, a new work session invitation. When you join that, we've already got our first bit of feedback. Zoom in on that incredibly handsome guy. All right, so like I said, he's got a bit of an ego, but he needs a tight shot, so he's going to give that feedback to our editor, and you'll notice our editor back in Toronto immediately gets that comment. And it's not just textual comments, it's actually tagged to the exact time code where our producer wanted it to be. So you can imagine there's probably more feedback in a real scenario, but to keep things moving along, we're going to go ahead and take that. Our editor can go ahead and import that as information as markers directly into his tool, or he can just do what he did here, which is view the feedback with a screenshot of where the actual annotation was made and the comment, so he knows what he needs to do. All right, so I think maybe real quickly, Mike, do you want to give a quick overview of the benefit of having this integration and how it helps you from an editorial standpoint?
So there are a couple things that work really well. One, it's integrated into Premiere. I don't have to go out to any other programs and do my downloads from there. Everything is within Premiere. And another thing that's great is I don't have to go searching through hard drives or RAIDs to try to find the correct footage. We've already had our collaboration. They've picked the footage they need, and I only need to ingest what I need, so saves a bunch of time.
Excellent. All right, so sorry for slowing down your edit, but I appreciate you getting that done quickly. So he's gonna go ahead and take that feedback. He'll probably cut in here pretty quickly. And then I hope we'll go through what will be the very last review session, and I'm sure that Mike hopes that's the case too. So he's pulling in tight. Oh, I think our director's gonna be very happy, as will our producer. I don't think we can get any tighter than that. Looks good to me. And I say print that bad boy. He's going to go through the same process. Again, not even leaving Premiere. He's going to upload that directly into C. All right, so you'll notice there is our executive producer, Yoshie. She's somewhere probably on a private jet. She's got some bit of an internet connection. It doesn't take much. And we have taken collaboration to the next level here. So earlier in the video review session, I showed you simply comments going back and forth. Now we literally have a shared viewing experience in the cloud. So we've got Mike in Toronto, we've got Michael in New York, we've got Yoshie somewhere flying over the Pacific. They're seeing the same thing at exactly the same time. They're able to draw on the screen and see each other's comments, and were they on the phone, they could be having a lovely conversation, which I'm sure our producer would be speaking in a very elevated voice. But you'll notice if, Michael, you might draw on the screen, you should see this happen on both screens with very little latency. And maybe, Mike, if you could go ahead and click play, you should see both play at the same time. So we give an incredibly collaborative here at the end. There we go. Oh yeah, there he is. All right, producer, are we happy? Is it the cut you wanted? We got it, and we got all the final collaboration that we needed. So hopefully you guys see the fidelity with which you're able to collaborate literally as if you were in the same room. We are replacing many, many proprietary systems that have to be installed in each location. And in those situations, you also have to have the high-res content located in those locations. We have one copy of the content sitting in the cloud, and using CDN and very low latency technology, we're able to give people an experience as if they are in the same room. All right, so we've run through. What did we do? We did remote acquisition. We've done production collaboration. I said we'll do two more things. We want to deliver that final product to our customer. In this case, let's say it's the network. So let's go ahead and show how we can do that. There's a couple of ways. One is you can use our media box. So a media box is a very secure way to send people links to content that you want them to have access to. You've got total control over how they access it, what they want to access, whether or not it's just the proxies or the high res, and you've even got watermarking capability that we can apply as well. So in this case, he's setting a quick media box out. He's going to allow source file download because actually we are delivering the final product to the network. And then he's going to go ahead and create that media box. It looks like he sent it to me. Thank you very much. I wish I was a network. With that link, I'm able to view it, see it, but more importantly, I'm just going to download that into my facility, correct? Since it's a delivery. Very easy and simple and secure, and most importantly, trackable way to know where your content is going, when it was sent, and who has access to it. The second way to do it, and this is used more often when we're doing larger deliveries, is we can actually send content to very specific servers in our customers' environments. So if I wanted to deliver that episode directly to, let's say, a Sparrow node sitting in my customer's environment, I can do that by sending to external targets. Very simple way to get content directly delivered. Benefit of that is now our network does not have to actually download the file. It shows up and it can feed into whatever process they have. That could be their automated supply chain. All right, excellent. So he sent that file. We've now done remote acquisition, production collaboration, delivery of final product to network. Last but not least, we're going to do archive. So now our production is wrapped. We've done our delivery. Still within C, we've got the ability to archive that final content. When we do that, we're offering the customer the ability to have much lower storage costs because we're pushing the high-res content down to a lower tier of storage. Now, when we do that, we're still leaving all of the proxies available within C. So you'll notice he's gone ahead and looks like he's going to archive this file. Thank you for that. And now that is archiving. We have an archive file already here. You'll notice he has the same experience he had before. He can still scrub. He can see that content. He can open it up. He can watch it. Just for fun, if he wanted to bother the editor, he could create another video review session and say, just kidding, you thought we were done. But that would be mean, so he wouldn't do that.
David, it's never final. Never, ever final.
So, at this point, you've enabled the production, or whoever's going to be the ultimate recipient of that content, to really retain the low-cost storage, but still have the high-fidelity access to all of their content. So in this situation, again, we've gone full life cycle, and we never left Sony's C Media Cloud. So we've only walked you through a few of the features of this product and this application. If you're interested in learning more, we really encourage you to head on over to the Intelligent Media Services booth, where we're showing not only C Media Cloud, but a number of other applications that you might find equally enthralling. So if you can give us a quick hand for our on-screen talent, we would be greatly appreciated. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Well done. All right, guys. Thanks for your time.